Hello and welcome to the Degenerate Nation podcast. Brr, 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 brr. I got Wendy on the ones and twos.
Hey, how's it going?
It's late night edition. No mask. Ooh.
We're unmasked.
We're unmasked and we're playing with the recording volume. It's gonna sound like shit.
Well, you can play with whatever knob you want to, but I'm playing with my own knobs.
You're playing with your knobs?
Yeah. They go down, and then they go up, and then they go down, and then they go up.
I love when you play with your knobs with me, Wendy.
Especially when it's in the dark.
The darkness and the knobs and the turning and the coming. So we're gonna talk about some serious issues, aren't we?
I suppose that's what late night does to a person.
That's what late
when
night.
When there's no Taco Bell, you kind of go serious.
Yeah, I didn't eat, and I did have Taco Bell today in the afternoon actually, and I had a Mountain Dew and it was glorious.
Oh, but you're coming off that high, aren't you?
I'm on a mountain low right now. But question for you: would you like to do the honors of plugging the Patreon?
Let's see if I know. Is it Patreon, patreon.com/Degenerate Nation?
Yeah, that's correct
right.
info. Now give them a pitch in your prettiest
Okay.
voice.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Degenerate Nation, I have something to ask of you. If you'd like to support our show by being a Patreon, that would help me out to get a camera, because right now I look like a little frog with just little glow-in-the-dark eyes. I could actually afford to do this at home, like a normal human being.
That's right. We're buying Wendy a computer with her Patreon money.
Well, maybe not a computer. I would just like some, maybe a hotspot for my Wi-Fi.
A wireless hotspot. Is that monthly payments? We'll get there. We will get there. We just want some. We would love some support, so we can keep this going. I mean, we're going to keep it going, but it's going to be at this level of quality. We want to improve it for you.
Yeah, it'll stay hot as long as you keep rubbing it.
Oh, really?
The hotspot, yeah.
Is that what a hotspot is?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Either that or I think, isn't it? Well, in the animal world, we go late, we go animal. It's when a dog has a spot that it itches too much, and then sometimes the fur falls off. So that's not a good thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. We want the good hotspot. That's the end of the Patreon plug, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
It's like, please help us avoid having hotspot animal things.
Yeah, you can reach the back of your ear with your toe, can't you?
Oh yeah, I can scratch that itch. We're gonna scratch that dirty itch for you, Patreons. All two of you. If you're listening, we're gonna come up with some bonus material. We're still working on it. We still love feedback from all our Degenerate Nation patrons and non-patrons at degeneratenation@gmail.com. Talk to us. We will talk back, because I am a lonely man and Wendy is a horny broad.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you can also find us on Facebook, Degenerate Nation or Degenerate Nation Podcast, or hit us up on Twitter, Degenerate Show, and become one of the Degenerate Nation.
Fuse with us, baby.
Oh, I love that. I want that for my ringtone, Daddy.
You want that? You want that, girl, little girl?
Yes, Daddy.
So I'd like to give a shout out to my best friend. He doesn't listen, which is funny that we're best friends and he doesn't support this, but he doesn't not condone it. He just doesn't have time because he has a child and he doesn't listen to podcasts. He listens to CDs. So CDs only.
CDs. Oh,
but I want to wish him a very happy birthday, and now he's 38, and I can't tell him what to do anymore, because for a week or so, when he was 37 and I was 38, I could tell him what to do. Well, when I was your age, now it's like we're on the same plane of existence, and he supported me as a person for the longest time. I knew him in elementary school, and we reconnected in late high school, and we haven't ever disconnected. And I'm inside of him, and he's inside of me. And part of that birthed this show, and I really would love to get him on sometime.
I can just imagine you spreading your orifice wide open and birthing it together.
Yeah, we pooped the show out jointly and then fused together. It's like paramecium, just like separating.
So when it fused together, did it like intertwine or did it just like merge?
It just fucking became a thing. Like, I don't know. It takes a certain type of personality type to be like, yeah, I could start a whole empire and just do it before you research anything or plan anything, and just be like, I want to start an empire based on my random thoughts and feelings. And that's what I've done. That's what I'll continue to do, whether we have new patrons or not. I've talked about trying to get us on a network, and that's one of the goals. I got somebody I'm going to talk to about that. So
wow.
Patrons, that could be in the works.
That's like huge. That's like even bigger than flaky butthole syndrome.
Yes. Oh yes.
I know treating that's difficult.
Yeah, basically. I found out I did a WebMD Zoom session. I found out I had an enlarged vas deferens.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not from sounding.
And it's not from sounding.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it.
Ironically, though, because it was like a Zoom WebMD visit, did you have to sound the camera up into your vas deferens?
Yes.
To be diagnosed?
Yeah. Ironically, I had to sound up to find the vas deferens and be like, that's a big vas deferens.
Wow.
Yeah, my vas deferens is the 99th percentile now.
Oh my god.
You like that? That's just the valve that allows you to transport jizz. It's a jizz valve. That's all it is.
It's the mighty pathway.
Yeah, it's like a sewage system valve.
So why did our body put our disposal system right next to the pleasure center?
Because it wants to be messy. It's proving that life and the creation of life and the disposal of life that was not to be is messy. My first psychiatrist told me that life is messy, and that was like, I wonder if that's why yours is a mess. Probably was.
Yeah.
He was divorced. He had kids that he talked enough to, like, I feel like he would have told me about if he had a good relationship with him or something. And then he had a girlfriend. And what?
Okay.
He
was
drove
the girlfriend
like
messy?
No, she's alright. I like briefly met her once or twice. He drove first he drove a Porsche and then he drove a Maserati. Like after that, I was like, I don't know. There were like so many signs for me personally that I'm like, I don't want to be here. But it was my first experience with like psychotherapy, psychiatry, or anything. Like I had some therapy from a guy who was pretty decent, but like it's just like it was weird because I met that guy when I was like I had broken up with that girl who you know about. We don't need to mention her name or anything like that, out of respect for the non-dead in this case. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. There you go. I had one session with him, and then like later that week, he saw me at a bar, and I was like dancing on chairs with this Italian girl that was like friends with or roommates with one of my friends. And then I decided I was actually going to move into that place. I was moving in like the next day or something.
Into the bar?
No, not in the bar, into their house. I moved there for like a month or so.
I thought maybe you were making like a little tent with the chairs
No,
and stuff that
like
you're
I
dancing
moved
on.
in like and I hooked up with the Italian girl, and then I moved in to that place, and she was leaving that day to go back to Italy for a while, and then I got back together with a girl. And it was such a messy situation, just like the order of things, and just like, well, what are the fucking chances that a therapist would run into me? I was at a fucking bar, like the first time after seeing him. What the fuck? Very strange.
Did you have any? Yeah, it is kind of strange. Just wondering if you had any residual, like, post-traumatic stress disorder from that.
No. That's the type of shit that drove me to the bars in the first place, though.
I hear you.
I feel I was making decisions in like a horrifying vacuum, like I wasn't in control of anything. Does that make any sense? Probably not.
Like an emotional. Well, you're talking about an emotional vacuum. Like there's actually, if there's any emotions that spawn in it, a vacuum will just suck them away. In it, you feel empty and.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one. Because I was like, very different in a very different spot, except financially, from before I went to LA and then after I came back from LA. You know, like shell shocked in a way, and so it's one of those things that I feel like that girl was like love at first sight type of thing. Not love, but like want, like must have that. Whatever that entails, I will go through it because I want to experience her. And then, but it wasn't really truthful because I didn't really want to experience her. I wanted to experience like a thing that wasn't really a full experience. Like I wanted to experience like peace or joy or something like that, and that is not a full experience by any means. It's like a high on a drug before the come down that happens every goddamn time, right? And so like I wanted to experience that almost blindly choosing, and that's not a real experience. So I've suffered from experiential avoidance, if you understand what that is. It's my Degenerate Nation Patreons and lovers. It is avoiding experience to avoid pain and anxiety and all sorts of other pains, basically. And I would do that again and again, but I somehow ended up in this situation, like full force, but I had no force behind me. I didn't have enough for that to go anywhere. So it was just kind of a little bit stagnant. It was nice, very nice. Otherwise, I would just not ever talk about it. But it wasn't a full experience, if you will, because I didn't give enough of self, and vice versa. She didn't either, to something that could have been potentially something better. But it might have led me to, albeit a tougher path, but a more potentially fulfilling path. Because I went to therapy for reals after it broke down again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you used each other for a beneficial outcome.
I mean, I feel like it wasn't like, I think what you meant to say was that there was a beneficial outcome, that you both benefited from that time in your life where you intersected, not like using, because I definitely didn't. I mean, if I used her for something, it was an illusion. I used the illusion that I created. I didn't use her to be that illusion, if you will. Maybe on some level I did, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think I just fucking like slammed head on into like real life without airbag or anything.
Yeah,
and with
sometimes the lessons that you learn from experiences like that, though.
With a grenade in the car too, that I already pulled a pin out of.
Exactly.
It's like,
the explosion.
Yeah.
Yep, the deeper the lesson.
Yeah, I mean, shortly after that, I started the podcast. Like 2 weeks after that, after the final dissolution of that situation, I started the podcast in LA with Joe. Went on that bender with him. It was fucking awesome. Like, if you are going to decide to party, if you're making that choice for yourself, at least do it well. Do it right. Do it like I did that weekend. Create something while you're doing it. Create some art. Start a business. Come up with an idea while you're wasted. Write it down. Do it. Experience the ride. Experience the life. Don't just drink to get fucked up. Or do drugs to get fucked up. If you're gonna do them for a purpose. I'm neither condoning or not condoning drugs. I'm not your moral arbiter. I'm Degenerate Nation podcast host. And Wendy is on board with whatever because I'm her daddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always play safe.
Mm-hmm.
Always play smart.
Always play with others.
Play productively.
Play productively. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Wendy, if I was... Oh, God, I love that so much. I love it.
Yes. So when we all have our furry convention, I think we should have a productive outcome.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like, let's say you were dressed up like a bird. You better lay a creative egg.
Ah!
Yep. This kitty cat will definitely incubate that egg for you.
I'm going to stuff this egg in your kitty hole. What do you think of that?
Hot.
Can you believe that we are new to this furry thing? I feel like we got it on point.
Meow.
If you know of any furry conventions that are going to be digital, please email us at degeneratenation@gmail.com or tweet us a link at Degenerate Show or just put it on Facebook page or whatever. Facebook, Degenerate Nation Podcast or Degenerate Nation. And I would love to know more about that. If you could bing it for us ahead of time, give me some pre-cataloged stuff, that would be fucking great. So I focus my search for me. Loves and hugs from Wendy. 1,000 underneath kisses from Andy.
Undercarriage kisses.
Patrice will send you a dick pic like 4 hours after you already came. Yeah.
Wait a minute now, is his dick coming out of a furry costume? Or just cheese?
No, he's just like, it's not. No, he's just so flaccid.
I really gotta ask him if he's a dry guy.
Patrice is a dry guy. We actually have extended him an invitation to join the group, the band. He did some singing, so I think he'd be in rehab, so he'd be like a backup singer probably. A co-harmonist, if you will. We might sign dry guy at strength in numbers. You know, there's a lot of dry guys out there that might have a modicum of musical talent. And it's just about being channeling our inner Brian Wilson and conducting that talent to the utmost degree, you know? You know who Brian Wilson is?
No, but I'm ready to learn about him.
Oh, he's the chief architect talent of the Beach Boys. So he was responsible for most of their harmonies, and basically all the important parts of the Beach Boys were Brian Wilson.
Cool. Was he a dry guy?
Probably. He was a tortured soul. He still is. He's still alive. He went off the grid for like a decade with schizophrenia and was treated by like some hack controlling psychiatrist. Look it up. Look up Brian Wilson's story. Bing it. I mean, okay. I am the Brian Wilson of dry guys.
That's cool.
Yeah, Luther Danger knows how to play a guitar and string some chords together, but I'm the lyrical master, and I want to put instruments and people and voices together, messages together into one product. The Dry Guys album will astound you. It's musical magic. You'll throw all your other CDs in the trash. You'll delete LimeWire from your computer. Everything.
Oh my goodness.
Spotify account, trash.
Oh man.
Pandora, trash. You will play us on MP3 emailed file through our special Dry Guys Club.
Yeah, now my whole idea for your album cover just got thrown out the door.
Yeah, what was the idea for the album cover?
Furries.
No.
See, it just doesn't fit. It's just, you guys are just too much.
We're all over the place. I mean, we're going to be debuting a song possibly tomorrow or Wednesday. Wednesday. Possibly Wednesday, what is that, the 22nd? Right?
Sure.
It's called Rainbow. We haven't debuted it yet. Have you heard it, Wendy?
No, I haven't.
I will send that to you. Or would you rather hear on the show for the first time?
Oh, on the show.
Ooh, on the show. There we go. Wendy's not only a co-host and MVP, she's also a listener.
Yeah.
It's about a dead dog.
Oh, no, I won't be hearing it at all.
You can't handle it?
I can't handle it. Oh, no, my boyfriend is dead. No, not yours, Brian Wilson, a furry, because he's a yippy little Pomeranian. Yip.
Yeah, it's about a dead dog.
No, it's not that dog.
It's about Luther Danger's old dog.
I had a dog, his name was Blue.
I love talking about things that are dead, apparently. Just like, so matter-of-factly, Wendy, there needs to be more dead things so I can be like, yeah, it's dead. Whatever. Fine, it's fine.
Oh, okay, well, I think it's because you're such a fan of making glue. You have to make glue out of dead things, so...
Horse glue?
You just render them down and make a bunch of glue.
Make some Soylent Green out of dead people.
Yeah, it's the glue that holds everything together.
Yeah. So, what have we learned so far, Wendy? Can you recap the audience?
Yes, we've learned that when you mix cum with glue, that you can rejuvenate the dead.
Okay.
Dry Guys is an awesome band, and they're just coming out with a brand new single called Rainbow, and it's not as happy as the title sounds.
Nope.
Brian Wilson kicks ass with Beach Boys.
Yes.
Always dated Italian when you're ready to learn some deep, deep lessons.
Yes.
And when you're going to party, party smart, party safely, and party productively.
Ooh, play productively. Party, party, party. Yeah, and another nod to the Italian thing, like, I'd say if before you get back together with an ex of any sort, make sure you fuck around with someone that's a foreigner. Cleanse your palate.
Cleanse your palate with a foreigner.
Cleanse your fuck palate.
Ooh, that's deep, yo.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets deep, too.
Yeah, I was a dry guy in that situation, so there were some complications. But we didn't really fuck. We almost did. We kind of did.
Was she too wet for you?
No. No such thing as too wet.
I didn't know if a dry guy only referred to masturbating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like in a girl go, ee-haw, ee-haw,
You want to get donkey kicked because you're dry on dry?
No, what's going wrong? What's wrong? Why do you sound like a donkey? Because you're dry and you're sweet.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Ee-haw. Will you go into a dry vagina? Is that what you're talking about? Or a dry butthole?
Right.
Or a butthole?
It could be a dry hole of any kind. It could even be a dry, or you do not like hand jobs. But it could even be a dry hand.
They're going to donkey kick when they're touching you voluntarily on your penis? I don't know. Please explain.
I don't know. I have to go ask my donkey.
You have a donkey?
Yeah.
Is this how you found out about it?
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure if he is willing to, like, share a lot of information. Parts of his ears are gone.
You mean your donkey doesn't want to talk about his fuck trauma on a fledgling podcast?
You know what? I've never asked him.
Go ask your fucking donkey. Good night.
All right.